What's up, folks, and welcome to the Doran Williams Show. I'm doing this show live from the Herd, Colin Coward, the Herd followers group. So you guys check out the Herd followers group on Facebook, one of the best groups in the entire world. It's mainly about sports, but if you want to get a little political, some people complain, but mostly you can put whatever you want to in there. Great group. They don't censor you. But it's a great sports group, and so you guys check that out. Now, I know you're looking at my title, like, what in the world are you talking about? Rachel Nichols is the bitch and all that. I'll get to that in a minute. But what I want to tell you guys is the stuff in the news, to me, is a distraction. Everything you see in the news is controversial. Now, you rarely see this, but if there's something positive, like community leaders or something given back to kids, or a new charity opened up, or there's something going on that's giving back to the community, I'm for that. But you rarely see that on the news. Everything is a distraction, a scare, some terrible thing. And so I take very little controversy seriously, especially when it comes to ESPN, because their ratings are dropping. So anytime you hear about a scandal or something on ESPN is usually just something to drum the ratings up. So when it comes to Rachel Nichols and Maria Taylor, this situation, I think it's all just a big hoax. I think that they're friends, but they have to drum up some controversy to get people to watch, get people to talk about ESPN again. Even if it's bad, they say there's no such thing as bad coverage. But if this is real, I will say this, that Maria Taylor is wrong. Rachel Nichols is right. Now, it's not 100% right and wrong. It's maybe like Rachel Nichols is 60% right and Maria Taylor's 40. But Rachel's right on this one. This is why she's right. Because they recorded her without her knowing. They recorded her private conversations and put it right out there. And she's talking about a coworker. There's some stuff people say about their family in private that they don't want out. My girl's probably gonna watch this, and my kids are gonna watch it. So let me tell y'all something. If you heard the things I said about y'all at different times, not an everyday thing, maybe once a year or so, but if you heard some of the things, some of the foul shit I said about y'all, either in my own head or to somebody else, you guys be packing your bags and get the fuck away from me. And that's my family. I love y'all. But in private conversations, I can't judge you totally by what you say in private. That's wrong. They recorded Rachel Nichols saying that, yeah, I think all this Black Lives Matter and all that stuff, it's the reason why Maria Taylor got this job over me. It was in my contract. They promised me a job, but because they want to get woke, because they have bad hiring practices of black people in the past, they're trying to make up for that. But don't do it with my job, do it somewhere else. I totally agree with that. 1,000%. And plus, on top of that, they knew about this tape last year, but they released it right now when Maria Taylor had her contract up. Come on now. And Maria Taylor's people did that so she could get a bigger contract because her contract is up in a few weeks. They didn't release it last year when it happened. They released it right now. So that's a big ruse to me. She got set up. It's unfair. Now, one thing she was wrong about is saying that this applied to Maria Taylor. It applied to the average black person, no problem, whether it's Sage Steele or Pam Oliver, whoever. But when it comes to Maria Taylor is better at the job than Rachel Nichols. So I think that this was a long and drawn out way of firing Rachel Nichols and making it seem like it was her fault. No, it's not your fault you got fired. It's just the fact that Maria Taylor is more talented. She has better rapport with the players. And plus, I mean, honestly, she looks a whole lot better. I mean, Rachel's going on 50. Maria Taylor's a long, strong, 35-year-old, still, looking right. She's young. So you went 15 years younger, and she's taller, so she can talk to an NBA player face to face. Whereas Rachel Nichols is way down here, looking up at a 6'8" guy. Maria Taylor's 6'5", so it's like, okay, Chris Paul. She's looking down at Chris Paul, Greek freak with heels on. She has the heels, not the Greek freak. But when she has heels on, talking to the Greek freak, they're neck and neck. So she's better for the job, better report NBA players. I'm cool with that. But I want to talk about something more serious because, again, they got rid of Rachel, and I think it was truly because she wasn't as good as Maria Taylor. But about all this BLM stuff, she was right about that. And one thing they didn't mention was LeBron James's advisor, the guy who she was talking to, the man who she was talking to. They did not mention him because he was a bigger culprit. He was a champion for Black Lives Matter. He was a champion for all this woke stuff. And then he said, you know what, I'm getting tired of all this woke business. And he'd be right too, but they didn't say nothing about him. They didn't say a single word about this man. It all fell in the lap of Rachel Nichols, which I think is wrong. He should have got some of that heat too, LeBron James' advisor, because LeBron James runs the league. LeBron James puts teams in different puts teams on I mean puts guys on different teams. LeBron James owns a sports agency. You can't do that. Well, Rich Paul owns it. Technically, no. That's LeBron James Sports Agency. So if somebody owns a sports agency, what happens if they try to block a trade or something? Wouldn't that be a disaster? Oh, wait, it happened. Marcus Morris was supposed to go to the Clippers, get 45 million. LeBron made Rich Paul not even tell Marcus Morris he had a deal. So guess what? Marcus Morris, not knowing he had a $45 million deal with the Clippers, went to the Knicks for 15 million and lost out on $30 million because LeBron was like, man, don't put him on the Clippers, man. That's gonna make us weaker. Don't do that. LeBron runs the league. So by proxy, his advisor helps run the league too, and ESPN. So if he says some foul stuff about Black lives and all that, so the hell what? We gonna get the chick that did it. So Rachel Nichols got screwed all around. LeBron James' advisor should have took some heat, but hell no, he's too powerful. So we're gonna pick on the least powerful person. That's not a scandal. That's bullying, and I hate bullies. But the bigger issues is black people's victimhood mentality, and I can't stand it. Black folks, you have to separate white people from the government. Because if you ask any black person, every white person is working for the government. Hold on a minute. Micah, go tell her to turn it down or she's in trouble. Hurry up. So, when you have that dynamic, the average white person, I don't know if they're good or bad, but they're not in charge of anything. The average white person is not stopping you from succeeding or cutting your funding or keeping your streets unsafe or getting you in trouble with the law. So when people say white people, what they really mean is the government. The average white person ain't done shit to you. So stop blaming white people for everything. And white people did not steal this country. White people came to America. They came and warred with the Indians. They won the war, and their power still exists to this day. But it's not just white people. Middle East, China, Africa, all the powers have joined together. The UN, that was the entire world getting together. Now you have wars and stuff like that, but it's just to keep countries in debt. There's nobody really warring country to country. It may be infighting. It may be rebels trying to take over. The government has to push them out, whatever. But there's no actual beef between, let's say, Middle East and America, or between China and this and that. It's all a ruse. It's all a ruse to keep us distracted. And it's also a ruse to keep the dollars that should be going to us, dollars that should be going to us, being funneled out for some BS wars. We don't need no fucking soldiers in this country and that country. Who's going to attack America? No fucking body. And the Middle East, are you serious? You think they're gonna come with some sandals and some machine guns and take over the US? Are you fucking out of your mind? But they use our money to create wars, fund both sides of the wars, and keep us poor. Because if they took the trillions of dollars from all the wars and gave it to us, imagine how our streets would look. Imagine how our schools would look, the infrastructure, businesses being funded, our jobs paying more. Stuff that we build and make. It won't break down every so often. We'll be able to keep what we have. You'll have cars that last 10, 20 years, as opposed to every week and a half, you gotta replace the muffler or something. So they use war and BS and propaganda to give an excuse to take our money. And black people quit with the BLM bullshit. You know what BLM stands for? BLM stands for Big Liberals Money. Because if you go to the BLM website, every dollar you donate goes to Act Blue. Act Blue specifically says this is a charity for the Democratic Party. In other words, every dollar you get goes to the Democratic Party. It doesn't say some goes to the black community. Nope. Every dollar you donate goes to the communist Democratic Party. And Republicans are communists too. They're all communists. But the Democrats are more hardcore communists than the Republicans. At least the Republicans are preaching like, hey, if you want to take a vaccine, whatever, feel free. It's your choice. With Democrats, it's like, we're going to come to your house and do it. We're going to come to your house and give you the goddamn vaccine. That's what they're doing. So Democrats are on full Nazi mode, whereas Republicans are dipping their toes in the Nazi. People think I'm a Republican. People think I'm a Republican because I'm preaching about freedom, preaching about no masks, no vaccines. I'm preaching about these kids need to be going back to school because 60,000 pediatricians last May said the kids should be back in school, that COVID is not a threat to them. But yet, all these months later, kids got to act like they're in Russia 1940s, standing 6 feet from each other, all wearing masks. That shit is horrifying. And when my kid goes to school in September, if that mask bullshit is still going on, he's not going. He can read on a 6th grade level right now, so I'm doing a pretty good job of teaching him at home, me and my girl. So he will be at home for eternity learning if he can learn in peace without all these restrictions. Last thing, and I'm out of here. Black people, we're being distracted by ESPN, BLM, all this stuff. We should really focus on these kids getting gunned down in the streets of Chicago and other big cities. We should really focus on the Tuskegee Experiment 2.0, these damn vaccines. That's where we need to focus on. Forget about what this person said on the internet or what this person's beefing about or whatever the hell. We got some serious issues. They always push the worst possible shit on us. They pushed abortions years ago, and we literally abort 40% of our children. We kill 40% of our children before birth. As a race. As a race. That's what the fuck we need to focus on. We need to focus on the fact that they're pushing vaccines on us in some horrible ways. They had a song, well, they have a song just came out, Vax That Thing Up, Genuine. Genuine ought to be it. I mean, not genuine, but you know what I'm talking about. Vax That Thing Up. Like, come on, man. Vax that thing up, really? So we're supposed to bob our heads and watch women shake their booty. Like, yeah, this song is dope. Okay, I'm going to get a vaccine. What kind of medical procedure, what medical procedure do you know that will allow the people selling it to behave like that? They literally had strippers dance and grind on each other to try to get you to take a vaccine. What knee surgery did you get? What heart surgery did you get? What pills did you take that had people grinding on each other like that? They would only sell that shit to black folks because black folks buy it. That's the only reason. Now, thank God I went to the comment section when I saw Vax that thing up and I saw a bunch of negative comments about it. You know, half of the likes were dislikes. That was cool. I'm glad we're waking up. But again, if they're trying this hard to so called make you healthy, if they're trying this hard, turn a side eye to that. Now, I can't say what I really want to say about these vaccines, so I'm gonna just keep it cool. I'm gonna try to keep it largely opinion free. But just think about this. If you're sick and the only answer is drugs, and I'm not talking about terminally ill, where if you don't take these pills or get this surgery, you will die in a week. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about just like a little sniffle or a little headache or nothing. It's never like just relax, stop stressing, listen to some music, eat a few vegetables, drink, juice a little bit. Maybe don't eat meat tonight. It may upset your stomach. Just maybe eat a salad. Get a little exercise, walk. That's never the answer. The answer is, oh, you got a cough. Oh, take these pills. When pills are the only remedy, side eye, side eye to that. Whenever the answer is drugs, come on, yo. They're prescribing the exact same drug to everybody on earth. You can prescribe the same exact thing to everybody on earth. There's a lot of great things you can do that too. People take vitamin C pills to feel better. You can't give vitamin C to everybody. You can't give phosphorus pills to everybody. You can't give zinc or iron pills to everybody. And these are things that are relatively harmless. Flintstone vitamins can fuck some people up. Yes, Flintstone vitamins can poison some people. It's very minuscule. I cooked my kid a peanut butter and jelly sandwich today. Now, there's about 7 billion people. So 6 billion, 900 million, whatever. That's a great snack. But for about 4 million people on this earth right now, a peanut butter and jelly sandwich will kill them. A simple peanut butter and jelly sandwich will kill 4 million people if you gave it to everybody on earth and say, you eat this, it's good for you. So if Flintstone vitamins, zinc pills, iron pills, if that will poison a certain amount of people, what the fuck you think a vaccine that's not even properly tested will do? Come on, y'all. Yeah, I'm gone, man. But this is the Doran Williams Show. You check me out on YouTube. Go to youtube.com. Type in The Doran Williams Show in the YouTube search, and also Facebook as well. Again, want to thank the loyal herd followers group. I appreciate you guys. I'm out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time at The Doran Williams Show. Peace out.